gracious me!
What is going on, guys? Totw here. Welcome back to Team of the Week predictions. We did a little bit of preliminary research yesterday. If you haven't checked that out, feel free to do so, although I will tell you all about it here today. Olsen is the first player up from Roma, although his performance for Sweden is what we're looking at. He made 3 saves and kept a clean sheet in what was a 1-0 win. Quite a few English League players in contention this week. Callum Ainley is one of them. He got 2 goals and 1 assist in a 3-2 win for Crewe. Sticking with the Football League just briefly before we completely move away from it for the rest of the video, which is a little bit unfortunate, but maybe we'll go back to it in the possibles. James Collins of Luton got a hat-trick in a 5-1 win over Plymouth. Moving into the Africa Cup of Nations now, and we have Lamine Jallow. Probably not how you pronounce it, but that's what I've gone with. He got 2 goals in a 3-1 win for Gambia. Juan Caicedo up next of Colombia and Independiente Medellin. That's exactly who he played for. This wasn't an international. He got 1 goal in a 3-0 win. Not many league games knocking about this week, so I feel like EA may pick one from one of the league games. Not the same Doumbia as I'm sure most of us would have liked to have seen here, but Moussa Doumbia of Mali has 1 goal in a 1-0 win. Plays in the French league as well. Doesn't look like a terrible card. And that completes our reserves. Albert Rusnak up next of Slovakia. This was an international. He got 1 goal and 2 assists and a Man of the Match award in a 4-1 win. I believe this would be a position change from a central position, unfortunately, to a right mid. Nikolai Stancu up next. Again, I've mispronounced that, I know I have. The Romanian got 1 goal and a Man of the Match award in a 3-0 win. But if you think I mispronounce things, you haven't seen anything yet. This is going to be absolutely chaotic. Milot Rashica. That is terrible. The Kosovo man got 1 goal and 2 assists and a Man of the Match award in a 5-0 win. He obviously plays in the Bundesliga, and this doesn't look like a terrible card at all. I'm a little bit bitter about this one, I won't lie. Seferovic of Benfica and of Switzerland is up for an inform with a hat-trick in a 5-2 win over Belgium. Definitely deserves it, but Xherdan Shaqiri played in that game and got 2 assists, and he's obviously going to miss out, which I'm a little bit annoyed with. Both Ayew brothers getting on the score sheet. Jordan Ayew with the goal from open play. His brother managed to score from the penalty spot. That's why I've not got him in here, and we've gone with Jordan instead. The game ended 2-0 to Ghana. If anybody's still keeping count, this is the 5th time in 10 episodes I am mentioning Hakim Ziyech. The Moroccan got 2 goals in a 2-0 win. He literally won the game for Morocco by scoring both goals. If he doesn't get an inform now, I'm going to pack up my bags and I'm just going to leave because this is ridiculous. Into the starting 11 we go with a Bundesliga goalkeeper. I'm going to mispronounce it though. Gulakshi, maybe. He made several saves and kept a clean sheet in Hungary's win over Finland. Kendall Waston, I'm always mispronouncing that. Vancouver Whitecaps had a game and he scored 2 goals in a 3-2 win. Yes, he's a centre-back and he conceded twice, but he did score twice. They didn't include any MLS players from last week. They are going through the playoffs, I believe, right now, so I don't know if they're eligible. Speaking of lack of defenders, normally 1 assist and a Man of the Match award in a 2-1 win would probably be borderline for someone like Alexander Kolarov, but I feel like it could be enough now because we are severely lacking defenders. Up next is Willie Orban. This is an interesting one because this would be not a position change, but a nation change. Of course, many of you will recognise this card, but not the flag. He is now Hungarian, apparently. 1 goal and a clean sheet and a Man of the Match award in a 2-0 win. He was German and he is in-game, but his inform... and I'm not sure whether his other card will turn Hungarian. It happened last year with Marlos for Shakhtar, of course. He turned Ukrainian from Brazilian. But we'll have to wait and see what happens there. But the inform will definitely be Hungarian. From a nation change to a position change, and not a good one if I'm honest. Tin Jedvaj of Croatia, who played a few days ago before the England game, of course, and he got 2 goals and a Man of the Match award in a 3-2 win over Spain, no less. So they have to award that, despite the fact that they've just lost to England, which is interesting. So I would imagine we'll see Jedvaj. Unfortunately, it is going to be a left-back card. Celtic fans should be very, very pleased. Not only have you got a player in the Team of the Week predictions, you've got one in the possibles as well. Would you believe it? I've gone with Forest here from the Scotland game. They, of course, won 4-0. Forest got 2 goals and was crowned man of the match. Enis Bardi up next. I apologise if I've mispronounced that, but let's be honest, I do that with every card. He got 1 goal and a Man of the Match award in a 2-0 win. He obviously plays in the Spanish league, so it's not a bad-looking card. It's a good league. You never know. Might be useful to someone. Sticking with the Premier League briefly before we jet off to Spain and then make a round trip back to Manchester, we have Jorginho Wijnaldum, who got 1 goal in a 2-0 win over France. That was probably the biggest fixture of the internationals, and of course it did finish with Holland beating France, which was a bit of a surprise to many, I'm sure. Wijnaldum looks like a decent little card. If you watched yesterday's preliminary predictions, you would have seen that Batshuayi was the cover star. He was the highest rated player we could find. Thankfully today, people have gone and scored some more goals. But Batshuayi has got 2 goals and a Man of the Match award in a 2-0 win, so he will be all but guaranteed. Although, as I speak, Belgium are still playing in a game against Switzerland. There could be an inform from that one to come too. Having a one-to-watch card definitely gives you an advantage when you do anything in real-life football. Riyad Mahrez looks like he's going to get himself a second inform already with 2 goals in a 4-1 win for Algeria. Harry Kane up next for his winning goal in the 2-1 win over Croatia. I believe he was crowned man of the match as well. There is another player from the Premier League who could very well feature in this week's Team of the Week, but I'll talk more about that when we get to the possibles. Right, don't go anywhere because we have a whole host of possibles. That is, of course, the starting 11 subs and reserves if friendlies are not included. This is what it'll look like if they are included. Norburn isn't necessarily a friendly player because, of course, he did play in a league game. He got 2 goals in a 3-2 win, and there are quite a few players, actually, from the Football League who have scored twice, who could easily sneak into this Team of the Week. But I tried to limit them, and that's why Norburn just missed out. Celtic fans, I did mention you had another potential inform. It is, of course, Mikael Lustig of Sweden. I went with the goalkeeper, though, because we desperately needed goalkeepers, although Lustig did keep a clean sheet and put in a man-of-the-match performance in that 1-0 win. Jakub Jankto of the Czech Republic got 1 goal in a 1-0 win. Normally, I would be putting this in there straight away, but yeah, there just isn't room. We're into the friendlies, and we are going to miss out on some big names here if they don't include them. If they do, then I don't know who they're going to scrub out. But Munas Dabur of Israel and Red Bull Salzburg got 2 goals in a 7-0 win for Israel. I mean, to be fair, there deserves to be an inform from that game, friendly or not, but it's just the way EA operates, I'm afraid. Up next is Serge Gnabry, a card I've seen brandished around Twitter all day today and yesterday as well. He got 1 goal and 1 assist in a 3-0 win for Germany, but it was a friendly. So, if they're not including them, then we're not going to get ourselves a right-wing Gnabry, who, let's be honest, I'm sure most of us would want to see. I've been back to front with this week's Team of the Week prediction, so forgive me for re-explaining this, but friendlies, in my opinion, won't count. Trent Alexander-Arnold featured in a friendly, so that's why he's in the possibles and not in the starting 11 where he would normally be if I were to include him. He got 1 goal and kept a clean sheet in a 3-0 win over the USA. They may give Rooney some sort of special card, but I would imagine that they'd keep that for the end of his club career. Antonio Valencia is up next with an 84 rated potential inform for a goal in a 2-0 win for Ecuador. Would actually be a position change from a right back to a right mid. I don't know how I feel about that, to be honest. Although he doesn't look like a bad right mid, I think I'd still prefer him to be a right back. But I believe it to be all irrelevant because I don't think EA will include friendlies anyway. And even if they did, let's be honest, they'd probably switch his position and then remove him from the game. To end things off, I have 4 Premier League players in a row. Up first, this is pretty self-explanatory. Henrik Mkhitaryan, he got 2 assists in a 6-2 win for Armenia. He's already got a Europa League live SBC. I believe it's still live right now, actually. It won't become Wednesday, but still. I don't think he'll feature purely because he has that Europa League card. If he didn't, then yes, sure, he would be one of the main spearheads of the Team of the Week. But otherwise, I'm going to leave him out. John Stones has just missed out due to Harry Kane. This is an interesting one, though, because if EA decide to go with the player who is coming up at the end of the possibles, then there is every right, or every reason to believe, I should say, that John Stones will actually feature in the Team of the Week instead of Harry Kane. It's very confusing. It's a very confusing situation. I'll talk about it more in a second. Up next is going to be Xherdan Shaqiri. This is not really a possible, but it's a near miss. And it's unfortunate because the striker who I've forgotten the name of, Seferovic, I think it is. He got himself a hat-trick in the game where Switzerland came from behind to beat Belgium. But Xherdan Shaqiri played as a cam and got 2 assists and played very, very well. And on any other day, that would be enough for inform had it not been for the striker getting himself a hat-trick. The player to end things off is yet another Liverpool player, and we are going to talk about Mo Salah. This is such a very, a confusing situation, and it could quite literally go either way. Mo Salah got 1 goal in a 3-2 win for Egypt, right? Kane did similar things by scoring the winning goal against Croatia. So by rights, both of them should be in Team of the Week, right? Well, I would agree with you, and there are quite a few players in there you could easily take out that no one would miss. But I don't think EA will include both of them. So what I've done is included Harry Kane because we already have a Liverpool player in the starting 11. There is every right to believe once more, though, that they could include Salah, take out Harry Kane, and put John Stones in there, and then remove someone like Kendall Waston and put him just on the bench or just out of it completely. There are so many different things they could do with Team of the Week. I have absolutely no idea which one they're going to go for, but this is my prediction. That will do it for a very chaotic and confusing Team of the Week predictions. Harry Kane is the man of this week's Team of the Week, but it could easily be Mo Salah, or it could be both. If you think I've got it right or wrong, or you think both of them will be there, let me know in the comments section down below. If you have enjoyed it, smack the like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and until the next time, goodbye.